Good morning, friends. Today we're going to be talking about height in math, and this is going to be a little bit like yesterday's activity on length. Today you're going to need your measuring tool. If you picked one yesterday, go ahead and find the same one for today. If you didn't pick one yesterday, that's okay. You're going to need something from your house that you can use to measure. Now, it doesn't have to be a ruler or a tape measure. You want to pick something that you don't normally use to measure. Yesterday, I told you that you could use something like a pencil. You can use your hands, you can use your feet, you can use an eraser, you can use a toy, anything that you can count and use as a measuring tool. Today, we're going to be measuring height instead of length. So we said that length was the measure side to side. And today we're going to be measuring height, which is the measure up to down. Just like we did yesterday, I'm going to show you a few examples of how to measure the height of something using my tool. I'm going to use an eraser to measure. And then you're going to be doing an activity where you're going to find 4 things around your house to measure the height. For that activity, you will need a piece of paper and something to write with, so go ahead and get that ready if you don't have it right now. All right, to show you how to measure height, we're going to do it just like we did with the length, but instead of going side to side, this time we're going to go up to down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the height of my paintbrush picture, my book, and I'm going to measure a ruler using an eraser. That's kind of silly. All right, so to measure height, what you need to do is just like in length, you want to line up the edge of your measuring tool with the edge of the object that you are measuring. So I'm going to line up my eraser here. Where it stops, I'm going to put my finger down, and then I'm going to be moving my measuring tool if it's not long enough for 1. So for my paintbrush, if I line it up at the edge, so far I have 1, and it's a little bigger than 1, so it's closest to 1, so I can say that my paintbrush is 1 eraser tall. Just like yesterday when we talked about length, when we do height, it's not always going to be exact, and that's okay. Pick the number that it's closest to. If I look at my paintbrush here, it's closer to 1 than it is to 2, so I'm going to say that it is 1 eraser high or tall. Now I'm going to measure the height of my book. Yesterday I measured the length, which was side to side, but today I'm going to go up and down. I'm going to line my eraser up to the edge like this, put my finger down where it stops if I have to pick it up and move it. So this is 1 eraser. 2 erasers, and look at that, my book is exactly 2 erasers long. That's kind of cool. That's the first one that's been an exact number. Now I'm going to show you how I would measure my ruler using my eraser. Usually we measure an eraser using a ruler, but for this math activity, it's a little bit backwards. So I'm going to put my eraser down, line it up on the bottom edge. Where it stops, I'll put my finger, that's 1 eraser. 2 erasers, 3 erasers, 4 erasers, and it's a little more than 4, but closer to 4 than it is to 5. So I'm going to say that this ruler is 4 erasers tall. For your activity today, you're going to need your own measuring tool. You can use anything that you found. A piece of paper and also something to write with. We're going to be folding our paper into squares just like we did yesterday. If you forgot, you can follow along with me right now. First, you want to hold your paper side to side like this. We're going to fold it in half and pinch, 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 pinch until you have a crease. Then you're going to turn it side to side like this. Fold it in half again. Pinch, 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 until you have a crease. And when you open it back up, you should have 4 squares. You're going to have a square for each of the things that you're going to measure. In each one of these boxes, you want to draw a picture or write what you measured. If I was doing this for my examples, I would be writing or drawing the paintbrush here, and then writing that it was 1 eraser tall. Then I would draw a picture of my book here, and then write that my book was 2 erasers tall. And last, I would draw a picture of my ruler here and write that the ruler was 4 erasers tall. I would have to go around my house and find something else to measure. I'd probably pick something really big for fun. When you're picking your items, try to pick things that are different sizes just for fun, and maybe you can even find the tallest thing in your house. If you want to send a picture of your work to the teachers, we would love to see it, and we would love to give you a compliment. Have fun with this.